Okay, so we're solving the problem. 170 students need to be transported on buses to a field trip. If each bus can hold 35 students, how many buses are needed? So we have 170 students total. And we know that one bus can fit 35 students. So what we're trying to find out is how many buses do we need to fit 170 students? So I'm going to draw pictures here and show that pretend this is one bus. And we're going to show that it holds 35 students. This is our first bus. And we know 35 is nowhere near 170 students because we subtract 170 minus 35 and break 35 up into 30 plus 5 to make it a little bit easier to subtract. We're going to subtract 170 minus 30 to give us 140, and then minus 5 to give us 135. So I can see that I still need 135 more students to fit on buses. And so then again, I'm going to add another bus full of 35 students. Well, how many students do we have in two buses now? So that's when I'm going to add 35 plus 35 to figure that out. I'm going to break up 35 into 30 plus 5, and again 30 plus 5. And so I'm going to add 30 plus 30, which gives us 60, and 5 plus 5 to give us 10. So now I'm going to add our 60 plus 10, which gives us 70. So in total, in two buses, we can see that we can fit 70 students, which again is still not close to 170 students that we need, because 170 minus 70, that just gives us 100 students left over. So I'm going to add another bus of 35, so this is our third bus here. And I'm going to add our 70 plus 35 to see how many students we have total in our three buses. So 170 plus 35. So again, breaking 35 up into 30 plus 5, I'm going to add 170 plus 30, or sorry, not 170, this should be 70, because we had 70 before. So 70 plus 30 to give us 100, and then 100 plus 5 to give us 105 students total. And we still see that we are less than 170 students. We have 105 students total right now. So I'm going to add another bus, which is our fourth bus, of 35 students, and add 35 to 105. So 105 plus 35, again breaking this up. So 105 plus 30 gives us 135, and then 135 plus 5 gives us 140. And so if I subtract 140 students that we now have total between four buses minus 170 students, I see I still need 30 more students to fit on a bus. Well, one bus can fit 35 students. So if I have a bus full of 35 students and I have 30 students left over, I can see if I had another bus, I'd have 5 seats left over. So I'm going to add another bus here. So I know, so I know that I have 140 students left, so then I'm going to add 140 plus 35 just to double check to make sure I have all my students fitting in these buses. So again, separating these to 30 plus 5, so 140 plus 30 gives us 170. And then 170 plus the remaining 5 gives us 175. Well, you see, before I added the 5, I reached my total number of students, 170, so I'll still have 5 left over. So our total is 5 buses that we need to fit 170 students.